Smash Ultimate has taken over a fair bit of the news cycle since its release. New game hype, new characters hype, new characters hate, juicy stuff. But I don't see a lot of people talk about its adventure mode. Understandable, since it's pretty bare bones. But even without much of a story to go off of, I'm left with some weird questions about the implications of different areas, specifically one dungeon. So, because of the mysterious dimension sub area in World of Dark has been bugging the shit out of me, I looked into it. And upon reading Marx's page on the Smash Wiki, I came across an interesting line. Marx is the only boss to be fought in adventure mode that does not have an area themed after his game of origin. His area appears to be a destroyed variant of various locations in the World of Light, as opposed to Popstar's moon, on which he is fought in Kirby Superstar. You know, this got me thinking. We see that Dharkon is the one to break open the World of Light and consume it. However, he seemed incapable of doing so while Galeem was in control of things. Only after we beat Galeem was Dharkon able to take over, but in the final map, the two are shown to be evenly matched. I think this might be because the World of Light was more structurally sound. After all, the World of Dark is just a hub zone with 3 greater areas. But once the structure weakened, Dharkon was able to take over, and the mysterious dimension might be a show of force. Marx is the only of the 6 bosses that is shown with abilities he didn't have in his source game as well, so maybe he also got a significant power boost from being a spirit? Thus, I think the mysterious dimension is a sign of what Marx had originally intended to do with both Popstar and the worlds shown in Milky Way Wishes. Maybe the trickster wanted to congeal the world into a single distorted region, and since Sakurai is the one who originally made Marx, I think the choice of making the mysterious dimension have nothing to do with Kirby was very deliberate. Let's break it down. So Dracula's castle, right? That was simply a mirror image of the original Castlevania. You fight the bosses in largely the same places, you go through largely the same path. It even has that drop down halfway through. The Sacred Realm was an amalgamation of Zelda's themes given form. 3 separate zones, each themed after both one of the pieces of the Triforce and an area significant to the person who had that Triforce. The Lost Woods for Link, Clock for Zelda, which I think is a play on her being the Sage of Time, and that ruined area for Ganondorf, which maybe is some weird metaphor for the Gerudo Valley? But then there's the mysterious dimension. Here's the thing. I think what's going on there is that it was created to be a playground specifically by Marx with a simple message. I already won. After all, every other boss is fought in an area that's directly related to them. Bowser and Dracula get their castles. Rathalos has the ancestral plains. Ganondorf managed to just punch into the Sacred Realm, which I think means that Smash Bros. Canonically takes place in the Fallen timeline? Anyways, even the base where Galeem is fought can be interpreted as a recreation of the base area from Subspace Emissary. I think it can go deeper too. Me and a buddy of mine were talking about it a long time ago, back when Smash first came out, which is what, 2 years ago. Uh, and he had a theory that maybe March approached Dharkon rather than being recruited, and I think that makes sense. Um, maybe Marx knew that he could grow strong, maybe even stronger than a soul variant, by abusing how spirits function within the circumstances World of Light had set up. Uh, I mean, heck, this is a guy who knew that Nova was a thing and could grant wishes and could turn him into a fucking god. Dude gets around, he knows stuff. So he went with what may be the lesser power for all intents and purposes during the beginning of World of Light with a basic deal. I help you, you help me. Uh, just imagine for a moment this scene. Marx, bouncing around on his ball, approaches this being of darkness and lays out what's going on. And, I apologize ahead of time for the voice acting. That Kirby's stronger than you think. He's gonna beat that Galeem fella. And then he's gonna rescue his friends. I can help with that, though. Let me become a spirit too, he might have said with that happy smile of his. And I imagine Galeem's not gonna say no to that. I think. I'm not entirely sure how much intelligence Galeem and Dharkon actually have, but pretty sure that's a no. And I think the way the Mysterious Dimension quizzes and plays with the player, or maybe Kirby specifically, if that's how we want to interpret World of Light's narrative, is just Marx messing with him and attempting to use the spirits under his command to wear down Kirb's stamina. And we have seen that Kirby isn't particularly bright. So, forcing him to answer questions via bashing his face against the wall, yeah, it checks out. I mean, think about it. Marx may be insane, is insane. Maybe not to the extent the fanbase makes him out to be, but definitely is there. But he isn't dumb, and he's shown to be pretty clever. The problem is that while he got a significant power boost, it's been some time since Superstar, or Superstar Ultra, whichever you prefer. Although only 4 Kirby games were made, and Sakurai made all of them. But, Kirby's gotten some more experience since Milky Way Wishes. Kirby's gotten some more experience since Milky Way Wishes. 0-2 or 0 squared. Megalore, Darkmine, and Sectonia weren't pushovers. Plus, Robobot saw the return of Nova and some new nonsense being pulled with it. With that in mind, it makes sense to simply put as much space between Kirby and himself as he flies around this new world befitting of his madness. Of course, Kirby is both an unstoppable god slayer and really good at making friends, so this proved to be a ultimately fruitless endeavor. But given how many other villains in Smash have their own what if they won scenario going on, I think it makes sense that Marx would have his own. After all, Sakurai favoritism is understandable. Kirby is his baby, and his games are what he knows best. And if we factor in that the game starts with Galeem winning, then we see the aftermath of what some people would be like if they were allowed to do as they please. And that would make good space to write about who I think Sakurai still sees as Kirby's greatest villain. And, well, considering that he, in this new spirit world, I guess, he's in a spot where he can finally just kind of be himself and do his own thing. And maybe this time around, that demon won't get in the way. So, yeah, this is kind of a test. Like, the main thing I watch on YouTube is theory and speculation videos, so, I want to see if I can, get into that scene. I think you probably noticed in the video when I went off script, like right now, but still, this. I like thinking about stuff, weird things that most people don't think about, and I figure maybe instead of just harassing the, like, two people I talk to about the weird shit that goes on in my head, I just make videos on it. So if I find this format fun and I can get better at audio editing, uh then I might do stuff like this, cuz honestly, I like playing video games. I like recording myself playing video games, but the video game I'm weird about my channel and how I handle it, because I don't want to be playing games on my channel the way I actually play games, where I just play like 30 things at a time and don't beat anything, but I still don't beat anything anyways. So, yeah,